Live. You're live. So this is number 164 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. And before we begin the yoga routine, I want to share a Quran verse that captures a beautiful experience that I had yesterday at an Interfaith event where I spoke about Islam, and it was at a Methodist church in Arizona. Now, here's the verse. It's chapter 5, verse 82, and it's just part of that verse. Nearest among them in love to the believers, wilt thou find those who say, we are Christians. Now, I knew that verse, and I experienced that yesterday. Out of all the Christians, I experienced Christians experiencing love within the group. Just like the verse was saying, I felt a love towards the Christians, and I felt love from them. I felt an affection. I felt a friendship, which that verse is talking about. The word there, love, is affection or friendship. And that is what the verse is mentioning. Of course, the verse is in the context of Muhammad's time, and Muhammad is saying that you will find out of all the Christians, a group of them who have affection towards you as Muslims. And of course, the verse at the top of it, in the beginning of it, talks about the hostility that the Muslims will feel from some of the Jews and some of the pagans, the polytheists of the time. But that doesn't mean all the Jews and all the polytheists and all the Christians, for that matter, will be hostile. The verse is saying, in a sense, that there's groups within these groups that will show love. And that's what I felt yesterday. I felt it from the Christians, and I don't know who was a Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, or who, but I felt this love from everyone. This love as affection, a friendship. And from the rabbi who spoke before me. Very, very, very friendly guy. Kind. A friendship, I felt. And I wanted to share that because that is what yoga essentially is all about. Yoga is more than the poses. It's a lifestyle. And part of that lifestyle is that love that I experienced yesterday at a church as a Muslim. Welcomed. I was welcomed. Alhamdulillah. I'm just joking. That just means all praises to God. It was a good talk. I thought I did good. I wrote the thing the day before, so I don't know how great I did. It's so much to Islam that I had to target down, strip down, and try to talk in this general sense. And then at the same time, I didn't want to offend anyone. And then the rabbi said, the more offensive, the better. I'm like, whoa, yeah, I like that. Our differences, yeah, share our differences. And even the pastor said, don't worry about offending anyone. I was like, what? That's awesome. I still felt like I couldn't say certain things because I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to take their path away from them. And even as a Muslim, when I was talking about other Muslims that I don't believe like, I didn't even want to say that. So I need to work on that. I need to work on that because I didn't want to be offensive. Because I don't want to take away another person's path. But, it's great to, in a way, to be offensive. Because what you're doing, and then we'll start yoga, but what you're doing is defining who you are by saying, I'm not that. There's nothing wrong with that. If somebody's a Muslim, they say, I'm a Muslim because I'm not a Christian. That's in the Quran, actually. That understanding, to define oneself as a Muslim, you kind of got to say, I'm a Muslim because I don't believe Jesus is God, for example. And that's in the Quran. That is in the Quran. And that's just human nature. But it's okay because our differences is what brings us together. Weird, right? But it's true. So we're going to do mountain pose, 2 sun salutations, easy pose, wind down, do some stretches in the easy pose, and close it up with a yogic seal. Same thing we've been doing for the past few days, maybe a week. And I will add, no, I won't add. I was thinking I'll add a plank here or there, but we'll just do the basic sun salutations. And just remember, during the routine, focus 100% on the breathing. 100%. Think of nothing else but the breathing. And that is the link that allows the mind and body to become one, which is yoga. So let's go ahead and begin. Feet are shoulder width apart. I got a spider here. Get away, dude. Go, go, go. Spiders are tricky because sometimes you have to kill them or they will bite my whole family. But that guy is probably part of a family that's in this garage. So killing him would not change the fact that there's spiders in the garage. Just because I see one doesn't mean there's not other ones doing yoga with me. So he's right there. Anyways, I'll keep my eye on him. He's not going to come bite me now. He's going to go to his family and say, hey, Charlie's doing yoga again. So feet are shoulder width apart, toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can, and each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent slightly. Hips are tilted. No tension in the arms or the shoulders or in the neck. And just let the skeleton stand as if you were just your skeleton. So what you do here is lengthen up, and then you let the bones sit on top of each other where the skeleton just stands. So there's no tension anywhere. And don't try to make it look a certain way. Let your skeleton stand the way it stands. And becoming one like a mountain. That's the mindset. One like the mountain. The mountain is one with the earth. It is the earth. And that's what you're doing. Getting firm, gaining stability, and feeling firmness. It's a mindset that we gain. Just find that spot where you're just standing with no tension anywhere. And focus 100% on the breathing. Palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhaling. Then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. You reach out, hinge from the lower back. And then we're just going to fall in the ragdoll. Now with the ragdoll, the arms are dangling. The head is dangling. Now think of the lower back and release any tension you feel. Just accept where you are. Don't judge where you are. Once you're settled, accept. That acceptance will allow you to experience yoga, which is allowing the mind and body to become one. In that acceptance is this openness, this eternal openness that you just feel part of this gigantic, never-ending space of openness. That is a mindset that we're learning on the yoga mat. So we tap into this openness on the yoga mat. Then when we're there, when we're off the yoga mat, you feel opened throughout the day. You feel bigger than just your body. You feel bigger than just specific situations that are happening. And that allows you to have new ideas, just a new thinking pattern. And then you're going to bring the palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You arch the back, raise the head, inhale. And you inhale as much as you can. And then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in, push all the air out. All the air goes out. And then you're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale as much as you can. And then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in, push all the air out, get all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in, push all the air out, get all the air out. And two more. Arch the back, raise the head, inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in, push all the air out. The last one. Arch the back, raise the head, inhale. Then exhale, push all the air out. And then while you pull yourself in, just release. Focus on the breathing. Let yourself breathe. Now, although you're pulling yourself in and down, once you're settled, you're no longer feeling like you're pulling yourself in and down. Now, of course, technically you are. But once you're settled in the pose, you're accepting, you're releasing, and you're just in the pose, focusing on the breathing. So there's no strain, no tension. That's the goal. The palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor. The knees to the floor in the back. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Making sure the front knee is not over the toes. The back is arching, the head is up, and you're just feeling opened. Feel as open as you can. And you feel open because you're accepting where you are in the pose. So no matter how you think the pose should look, don't judge it. Once you're settled, you accept. You feel opened. Feel acceptance. Acceptance is openness. It's all the same thing. I'm just splitting up this oneness with words, but in reality, it's just oneness. With the back foot, then curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, just for a second or so. We're just using it as a transition pose. And then go into the downward dog. Now with the downward dog, you are pushing yourself into the pose. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones going to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor, the head dangles, so no tension in the neck, and you're pushing, but you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, and accept where you are. And then when you accept where you are, boom, you'll feel open. Even though you're closed up, technically with the pose does not dictate whether you feel open. That's what we're learning. When you're in a closed type of pose, and you accept, you still feel open. And that is a mindset that we're learning on the yoga mat. So when you get off the yoga mat, you're in a situation where you feel enclosed, accept, and boom, you'll feel open. You'll have new ideas. And you'll think, hey, I can do this, I can do that. And you can get out of the situation. That's how it works. Drop down to the knees and the chest, you slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Of course, the palms are to the floor. Same thing, feeling open, accepting. And if this pose is too much, you go to hands and knees, go into the cow, or you do the small cobra. Hands off the floor, or touching the floor, but you're not using them. And the same thing, you're feeling open, accepting where you are. Don't judge. Judgment is not what we're doing. Then back to downward dog. Pushing into it. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones go to the ceiling, so push it to the ceiling. Heels towards the floor or to the floor. No tension in the neck. You are pushing into this pose, but remember, you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. And find that spot, settle there, and just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now you bring the left foot up between the hands, low lunge. The low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally, making sure the front knee is not over the toes. Back is arching, head is up, and feel opened. Don't judge it. Wherever you are, accept. Even if you're feeling like, man, I'm doing this pose perfectly. That's acceptance. That is good. That is awesome. But that's not what we're doing. Letting go of all judgment. You just feel opened. Now, think of the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lines just for a second or so, then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down, so the palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs, forehead going to the knees. And this pose is important because you're tapping into awareness. You're becoming aware of a subtle movement. And the subtle movement is the body going out of the pose slightly, because when you inhale, the belly swells with air. And then when you exhale, the belly goes in. Let that movement happen. Let yourself breathe. And then when you get off the yoga mat, you're going to be aware of subtleness, subtle things that are happening around you. The palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Then exhale, turn the palms out, push the air down and out. One more sun salutation, but we're going to go quicker. So inhale, exhale, hinge forward, palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down, get the forehead to the knees, push all the air out. And once all the air out, geez, I can't speak. Once all the air is out, release and just focus on the breathing. The palms to the sides of the feet, left leg is back, opening up into a low lunge, inhaling as much as you can. And once you inhale as much as you can, then just release and just watch yourself breathe. Don't control the breathing. Then we're going to go to downward dog, pushing into it. Get all the air out. Push all the air out. Push into the pose. And then release. And then just focus on the breathing. You're accepting where you are and just focus on the breathing. Then you're going to slide into the upper dog. Inhale. Modify it how you have to. Inhale as much as you can. And then release. And then just watch yourself breathe. Just breathe normally. Normally? Normally a word? Just breathe in a normal way. How about that? Then back to the downward dog. Push all the air out. Get all the air out. Then release. And then just focus on the breathing. Then left foot is up between the hands into a low lunge. Feeling open. Inhaling. Inhale as much as you can. And then release. And then focus on the breathing. And then standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. And once all the air is out, release. And then just focus on the breathing. The palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Then exhale, turn the palms out, push the air down and out. And then back to mountain pose. Remember, mountain pose, you're just standing. And then the skeleton stand, where the skeleton just stands by itself, as if you were just your skeleton. No tension anywhere. And now we're going to go to easy pose, which is the modification of the lotus. So if you're on a mat, you go to the back of the mat. I go here. I go her. I go her. Every time I don't know why I say that. Or here, sometimes I joke around her. Then I think of, and she's probably never even said it, but I think of Missy Elliott. I think she said her, for hair. I don't know. There's something I got to think about it. Her. I forgot what it was. But she says something that makes me think about her instead of here. Anyways, that shows how old I am. So we're going to go to easy pose. So hands are to your knees. Maybe you're in your lap. Maybe you're leaning back. If you're leaning back, that's cool too. Or your back is against the wall. Or one leg is up. Whatever it takes. Whatever makes you comfortable. That's what you're going to do. And you're just going to focus on the breathing. You're going to think of nothing else but on the breathing. Now tilt the head to the right. Right ears to the right shoulder. Left shoulder stays down. Back is straight. And again, 100% focus on the breathing. And that heightens your awareness. And it lets you feel the stretch in the left side of the neck. And it lets you know what's going on in the body. So maybe you feel tension in the lower back. Maybe you feel something in your knee. But you're just aware of those things. You are not those things. And that's a mindset we're learning on the yoga mat. So when you're off the yoga mat, you realize you are not your so-called issues. Now bring the head to center. Tilt the head to the left ears to the left shoulder, right shoulder's down, back is straight. And just focus on the breathing. That heightens your awareness, lets you know what's going on in the body, lets you feel the stretch in the right side of the neck, and just feel open. Bring the head to center. And then you're going to tilt the head back. Not drawing the head back, you're going up. The chin goes straight up. And again, just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Bring chin down to the chest. Back stays straight. Straight as you can get it. And again, just focus on the breathing. Bring the head to center. Then neck rolls. Drop the head to the right, down and around. As the head drops down, it goes around. You're exhaling. And when the head goes up, you're inhaling. You're making sure the body is following the breathing. The movement is following the breathing. You're linking the movement and the breathing together. Then when the head goes up to the top, you're going to reverse. Exhale as you go down and around. Inhale as you go up. And again, link the movement with the breathing. Very important, because when you're focused on the breathing, 100% focused on the breathing, you're aware of the movement. You're aware of what's being stretched. But those movements are no longer just movements. The stretching is no longer just stretching. And when the head goes to the top, bring yourself to center. All that stuff becomes a moving meditation. And shoulder shrugs, shoulders to the ears, back, down, and around. When the shoulders go up, you're inhaling. And they go back and down, you're exhaling. Again, link the movement with the breathing. And then when the shoulders go to the ears, you're going to reverse. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you go up. And just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. And then when the shoulders go to the ears, bring yourself to center. Trunk rotation is dropping down to the right, down and around. When you're going down and around, the back is straight, and you're reaching out, and you're exhaling. As you're coming up, you're inhaling. Again, link the movement with the breathing. That allows the movement to become a moving meditation. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're moving throughout the day. It's becoming a moving meditation. Trunk goes to the top. Reverse, exhale as you go down and around. Inhale as you go up. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. And then we go to the top. Bring yourself to center. Now we're going to do half spinal twist. So left hand's on the right knee. Right arm goes up. Pull yourself up. And then twist. Palm goes to the floor. It's in the back. Arm is straight. And it's against the back. And make sure the head is twisting. And you're focused 100% on the breathing. Now in this pose, when you inhale, the belly swells with air and it pushes you out of the pose slightly. Let yourself be pushed out. Then when you exhale, the belly goes in and you go back into the pose. It's a subtle movement and you're aware of the movement. And that's what you're learning on the yoga mat, to become aware of subtleness. So when you're off the yoga mat, in the so-called real world, you're aware of subtleness. Let me go ahead and release. Back to center. And then the other side. So right hand's on the left knee. Left arm goes up. Pull yourself up. Think of the spine. Pull yourself up. Then you twist. Palm goes to the floor. It's in the back. Arm is straight. It's against the back. And make sure the head is twisting. And you're focused 100% on the breathing. Again, when you inhale, the belly swells with air. And it pushes you out of the pose slightly. When you exhale, the belly goes in, you go back into the pose. It's a subtle movement. You're aware of that movement, but you're only aware of it because you're focusing on the breathing. And make sure the head is twisting. It's very natural to not let the head twist. So twist the head and just focus on the breathing. And then go ahead and release, back to center. And for the yoga seal, you reach behind you, grab the left wrist with the right hand, and lean forward, bring the forehead down towards the floor or to the floor. And you're sealing in all the benefits of the yoga poses, keeping the peace that you gained through the rest of the day. And go ahead and bring yourself back up. Hands go back in front. And here we're just going to watch our breath. So you do that because you're already breathing automatically. So you watch the air go in and out. So bring your focus to the belly. As you inhale, the belly expands. When you exhale, the belly goes in. You watch that. Or you bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. Whatever you do, just pick one and just watch yourself breathe. Now, naturally, you'll start controlling the breathing. When you realize you're controlling your breathing, just let go. Don't judge it, just let go and watch yourself breathe. And then what will happen most likely is you'll start to think about other things. And when you realize you're thinking about other things, let go, don't judge it, it's natural. And then just watch yourself breathe. And then it'll happen again, and then it'll happen again, and it'll happen again. And it's a process. And eventually you'll realize you're not your thoughts, but you are the thing that's watching your thoughts. So we'll just continue to watch ourselves breathe. So just watch yourself breathe. And bring the palms together. Namaste. That's it. That's number 164 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. So I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time. So namaste, peace and love.